You know, in a season where all I hear is people being like, oh, did you watch that Supercube fight? And it's like, yeah, the Supercube fight was good. Ain't no one gonna deny that. But here's the thing. Why are we only seeing people say, have you seen the Supercube fight, when people really should be saying, have you seen the Old Country Bumpkin fight? Because I'm going to be dead ass, this is a way more impressive fight scene if you ask me. Like, I've been saying this for a little bit here. There's different types of action, but that realism, that realistic weight and feel, the fact that you can throw this middle-aged swordsman against a griffin, all things considered, and it breathes fire, it has all these mystical, magical elements to it, yet I would dead ass tell you that this is the most realistic fight I've seen this season. The weight behind every swing, the way he had to retreat. The only thing that like has a little more anime-ified feel to it is like the fact that he was able to hold on for dear life as it was flying through the sky. But, you know, if you're going to tell me you got a world full of magical bullshit, I mean, I'm going to imagine that characters who are going to survive a creature like this are going to be able to hold on for dear life. But it's just the fact that the choreography is so damn good. The animation is fantastic, and it kills me when I see people say things like last week, I wish it got a better studio. What in the hell are you talking about? The fact that this reminds me of Witcher 3 combat. Like, the first time you go up against a goddamn griffin and you're not just like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna button mash. No, like, you gotta work for that shit. You gotta do some moves. You gotta parry. The fact that this show feels so unbelievable, but in such a brilliant way. It feels unbelievable because in a world of isekai fantasy nonsense, all things considered, I might like it, but it is nonsense. You have a show that just says, dude's good with sword. And when magical fire comes at him, he runs. He parries. He uses real actual techniques, and there's no way the author of this OG source just randomly pulled this from their ass. They had to have done some research on actual swordsmanship, because this shit is amazing, and I refuse to believe this show's real and not just a fever dream. I'm fully convinced I'm still high on cold medicine from a couple months back, and this is just the anime of my dream, because there's no way something this good could actually exist in the sea of bullshittery we often see every anime season. I got full live reactions over on Patreon. You want to support my work, see my full thoughts to these amazing episodes over there exclusively. Now, this needs to be said. I already thought it didn't need to be covered for, but, you know, I, in a way, get it. You know, so far the only people he's met up with are females, right? And despite every flashback showing he had a wide assortment of ages and genders, like, he very much had a class of everyone. Wasn't expecting he had an adult at any point in his class, but we're getting there. But here's the thing. I do kind of get why people are like, hey, the only people we meet up with are people who want to sleep with him. But hey, you don't know if, you know, some gay people might not want to sleep with Beryl too. Look at the guy. He's a piece of meat. So don't discriminate too early. But I still get it, right? But here's the thing. When we go to get a new sword, and we see someone who looks about his age, if anything, I might have said he might look a bit older, and he's like, Master? I said, that's right there. That's what I want to see. Now we got the male students joining into the crew. The fact that he trained someone who was, when he was there, I don't know, probably 30, something like that? 30, 40? I don't know. He was an older guy when he trained him, and I love the fact that Beryl didn't discriminate with ages. Everyone got taught at the same time, so my boy's like standing there, the most out of place. It's like the jokes in shows or movies where it's like imagining if you never graduated your like class and you got held behind and there's a bunch of 8-year-olds and there's like some 40-year-old sitting in the desk. I'm thinking of the one Family Guy scene if anyone's ever seen him. Just so humorous, but I like that they did this because despite us knowing that Beryl's not the type of guy who's like, oh, here's this person I once taught, now I'm gonna go get romantically involved with them. If anything, he's the type of guy who's gonna find the MILF someday. But here's the thing, it does make sense that they have a crush on him because, well, he's a piece of meat. He's a hunk. Ain't no one's gonna look at Beryl dead ass and say, oh, he's an ugly character. Nah, he daddy for real. So here's the thing, despite us understanding why they have a crush, you know, it's like, okay, but, you know, you got a bit of that age gap, the power imbalance, but then again, they've been away for so long, so maybe it separates it, whatever. And then they're like, no, but here's the thing. Everyone worships the ground he walks on, and I love that. I think it was a very nice moment that really just, it was funny, but also shows that we can meet up with other people that don't just want to sit on his lap like he's Santa Claus. Now, as for the fight, like I said, brilliant. The weight of everything, the comedy though, unexpected comedy at the start. So I might say this is the scene of the week that I've seen. My boy's like, hey, you got any potions? You bet your ass I do. I got 2 of them. Okay, you came prepared. He's thinking this is perfect. She fights this thing. She got the potions. I'll go help the people that are injured. And she's like, I understand. I'm tagging out. I'm going to go help. Doesn't even leave a potion with him. Granted, the guy dying probably needed one, but still. And he's like, that's not what I meant at all. And I love how immediately he's not just like he tries to cut through the leg. Doesn't work. He's deflecting. He's running. It starts spewing lava everywhere. Like he's holding on for dear life, and the camera work and everything. The fact that so much of it was 2D as well, and you just felt such realism, it really did remind me of playing The Witcher 3, and I love that so much. And I love too that he did do fairly well. Not only did he hold on for dear life somehow, one of his hands had his sword held like normally, like grip. So his grip strength was next level. The fact that he didn't even have like 2 proper hands on the scruff of the neck, it was like one hand and partially because he was also holding his sword. Comes down there, blinds it with one of them. Now, had she not come, I still think he probably could have won because he still had a bit of his sword left. He could have stabbed the other eye. But yeah, like it's, it wasn't looking that good. And I do think you have to admit, they're doing a good job at showing that while he's an incredibly talented swordsman, there is a difference of pure raw strength. The fact that she came down and was able to just pretty much one-shot it. Yes, it helps that it was blind, but you can't deny it did feel like she had a different strength than he did. And I think that's what makes his, like, I guess you could call it his obliviousness more enjoyable than a lot of these characters, because at face value, she does seem stronger. He seems more talented with a sword in terms of traditional sword fighting, but in a world of magic where in 2 episodes he's now had to run from like 3 different people or things casting fire on him, it's understandable why he's like, you got the finishing blow. Did I hold my own? Sure, but like, I don't want to go be no adventurer. I don't think I'm good for this lifestyle. Now, yes, there is still a little bit of that idiotic nature, but he doesn't come across as a bumbling buffoon and a moron like a lot of characters. I think they actually handled it really well. We're also teasing a new character who is supposed to be a pickpocket, dropped her necklace when she tried to pickpocket the wrong guy, and, obviously it's going to be a pretty interesting plotline. Either way, this show feels like it was pulled from the depths of my mind, made specifically for me, and goddamn am I enjoying it so much. And I'm just happy people are finally checking out these types of shows because, despite me enjoying this one more than I have a couple of these types of shows in recent memory, there's a lot of these types of anime that come out and people just don't watch them for some odd reason. This one got popular, so I'm happy, but if I swear to God, if we have like a season or 2 from now, more shows like this, and you guys don't watch it, I'm going to be disappointed in you. No dessert after dinner, damn it. Let me know your thoughts though down below. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you're new around here. Of course, ring that bell. And like I mentioned, we got those full live reactions over on Patreon. And hey, while you're over there, I'll just give you a video shout out. So today we got Andrew Stevens, Himi Meow Toga, Misto Dreamer, X Nico, Nugzio, Pokemon 222, 888, Crawley AC, and we also have Derek Nickel. So I appreciate the support, everyone. Please take care. Y'all have a good one.